Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Phoebe Leona. I am one of the co-founders of Tribe. We teach resilience, increase balance, and endurance to bring the tools of yoga to the military community. And we've been here all week. Amy Gatzmeyer, our other co-founder, was leading a meditation, a little movement practice. Yesterday, we did a check-in with the two of us. We talked a little bit about our mission at Tribe and what we're doing and how you can be involved. This week, we're having a fundraiser. So as you're getting to know us, we are raising funds for our training program. So we have a Tribe weekend training coming up this weekend. This is for anybody in the military community, involved in the military community, maybe a yoga teacher, a meditation teacher who isn't involved in the military community but wants to be involved and be in service to the military community. So we're bringing a couple of different communities together to serve the greater good of our humble warriors out there who are serving our world. So with that, I want to read a quote that Amy usually reads at the beginning of our training. Oh, and the other thing I'll say is we also have, in terms of the trainings, we have our Tribe Weekend training this weekend, and then we have our 200-hour yoga teacher training program that's coming up this winter, which I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, but that's really for people who want to go in deep and bring the actual practice, the tools as a practice into the military. So I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, but let me read this quote that I absolutely love that Amy usually shares at the beginning of our training. And it's by Herman Kohler, who is the first master of swords at a West Point in 1914. So the quote is, "For it is only when it is recognized that 'tis not a soul, 'tis not a body, we are training but a man. And we must not divide him, that we shall be doing our full duty to our fellows and our country. We must not divide him, that we shall be doing our full duty to our fellows and our country," which I think is really important to emphasize there, is to not to divide. And what we're doing with this practice of yoga means union, right? It's bringing together all of our parts, our body, our mind, our soul, our breath, right? Which I think is our soul. So the practice that I'm going to invite us into today is actually inspired by a couple of things. So if you come to the Tribe Weekend training, you'll learn a little bit more about loving kindness meditation or metta meditation. So this is a Buddhist practice. And then I'm also going to introduce this beautiful book called Becoming the Hollow Bone, Responding to the Call of Our Ancestral Blood, which I'm integrating into my teaching in my other community, my nomad community. And the process that, so there are 21 processes. And the third process that I'd like to interweave into our teaching today to bring together our wholeness. It's this whole idea of practicing or participating in the wholeness of self, in the wholeness of the greater collective, right? Because we don't have necessarily we're not all self-centered, right? We're all serving the whole. The center is creator, is whatever word resonates with you that calls you into being here, into your purpose, into serving, right? Who are you serving? What are you serving? Is a question that you can ask. And to talk about this idea of wholeness for inquiry today, before we go into the short meditation, is where in your life are you not participating in wholeness? Where are you feeling divided within yourself? This could be a matter in the mind, maybe disconnect from mind and body. Maybe there's a disconnect or a division in your relationships, right? Your interpersonal relationships, the relationships with the world as you look out and the grander scheme of things. There's so much duality. It feels like it's amplified these days, right? So how are you participating in that division, that duality, that thing that is keeping you disconnected from your and our wholeness? So This short meditation we're going to do, again, as I said, it's inspired a little bit by the two metta meditation and the fourth process of participating in your wholeness. And we're just going to take a moment to pause. And if you feel comfortable to close your eyes, you can. You don't need to, right? A lot of times we think of meditation, you have to be sitting upright, like the image of the Buddha, right? Sitting upright with your hands in a mudra, right? In a shape, and being completely still and closing your eyes, right? And that's meditation. But meditation can be in so many different ways. It's really just being able to be present in the moment, being able to breathe and be conscious and aware of this breath. And so if you do not feel comfortable to close your eyes, you can just at least soften your gaze away from the screen so that you are allowing yourself to go inward. You're not so focused on the external world and scrolling here and social media or getting distracted. Just giving yourself that permission to go inward. And if you do feel comfortable, close your eyes. And let's just take 3 breaths together. Deep, conscious breaths together. So deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, just a big sigh out. And just notice how your body responds to that. And again, another deep breath in. Another easy breeze, this time with a sigh out. And again, notice if the body starts to relax a little bit more. Do you feel okay to do that? And just one more time together. Deep breath in through the nose. Easy exhale out. And feel free to just continue to focus on the breath as it flows in and out for a little bit of time. And again, if closing your eyes feels a little weird or uncomfortable for you, just keep that focus on a point, maybe down on the floor. And giving yourself this permission to connect to the wholeness of your breath, to connect to the wholeness of your body. And so now that we have allowed ourselves to come into the wholeness of our present experience in the body and the breath, allow yourself to now connect to the wholeness of the space you're in. Feel what is underneath you, supporting you, the wholeness of the support, the wholeness of the air that you breathe, any sounds in your room and in my voice and maybe beyond your space. Allow yourself to receive the wholeness of what is here right now. We're just allowing ourselves to land in the wholeness of the present. And now that you've located where your body is, where your breath is, where you are in time and space here now, I'm going to invite you to call in an image of, we'll use the image of a tree or a plant today that maybe you feel a connection with. Maybe it's this tree that was in your yard when you were growing up. Maybe it was something that caught your eye while you were traveling. You were captured by the beauty of it. Whatever it is, locate a tree or a plant somewhere in the world. And it can also cross time. And as you were experiencing this tree as if it were here now, breathe in the tree. Breathe in the life force energy that it's giving you each time you inhale. And each time you exhale, breathe out what that tree or that plant needs for its life force energy. And knowing your breath is sending its nourishment out across time and space, and you're receiving that nourishment from the tree and that plant across time and space. Notice the connection that you're feeling in this breath. And now you can stay with the tree or the plant, or I invite you to call in a loved one. And this person could still be on this planet. It could be somebody you loved in the past that's no longer here. It does not matter. Call in this loved one and allow yourself to breathe with this loved one, just like you did with the tree for a few breaths. Knowing this breath is supporting the wholeness of the two of you, and beyond the two of you, the wholeness of our world. And now you can choose to stay with the tree, the plant, or this loved one. Or I also invite you to call in, maybe it's a person, maybe it's a community that is in a part of the world that needs it most. Your breath, your exhale, your receiving of the inhale. Let your breath be sent out to that part of the world or that person or that community that needs that life force energy. Participating with your breath in the wholeness. Notice how that feels for the next two breaths. And then just take another deep breath in, whether it is with the plant, the tree, the person you love, or that community you sent it out to. Deep breath in. Deep exhale out. And if your eyes are closed, you can open the eyes and you can maybe give your body a little squeeze just to acknowledge that you're here now. And you can continue to send that breath out. Remember the wholeness. Remember that connection of the tree, the plant, the loved one, the community across time and space, that you are participating in this wholeness. So I hope that is of benefit to you. I would love for you to share in the comments any questions that you have about tribe, any comments about how this exercise resonated with you. We would love to hear from you. And again, if you are interested in participating in tribe in so many ways, whether it is just being here and getting to know us this week, or sharing your donations in our fundraiser to support our programs, we would be so very grateful for your donation. And if you want to learn more and dive into these practices of yoga and mindfulness and meditation, come join us this weekend for our Tribe Weekend Training. You don't have to have yoga experience. You don't have to have military experience. But if your heart is in a place where you want to come into the wholeness, right, of serving this community, primarily the military community, we invite you. We'll give you really tangible, accessible practices to integrate into your life, and then you can also potentially introduce them into others' lives as well. So you'll feel empowered by the end of that. And then if you want to go even deeper, you can learn more about our 200-hour yoga teacher training that is happening in in January. So have a beautiful day, everyone. I look forward to being with you again soon. Bye.